Well, it would appear that MTV News has made a video. Well, this should be fun.
Madness and stupidity.
Is it dumb? Yeah. Does it have a point? Not really. But let's see what happens anyway.
It was difficult to stay positive during the 2016 election.
You know what? You're right. It was difficult having to deal with everyone calling me a racist or a misogynist or engaging in microaggressions at every turn. It was kind of nice to see those people taken aback. Granted, that means there are some people that I don't particularly like that are now on my side, but,
I am on nobody's side, because nobody is on my side.
neither group really represents me in any meaningful way. All I knew was that I had gotten sick of all the language policing and guilt tripping. What the fuck happened to forgiveness and understanding? Oh, I'm sorry, please continue.
Sometimes being afraid was unavoidable. The candidates stoked fear and then promised to make it disappear.
It's interesting that the title of your video is How to Stop Fear from Taking Over Your Life After the 2016 Election, and you're immediately starting out with a threatening tone. Well, that's a good way to reduce stress. Suspense!
The attacks on our police and the terrorism of our cities threaten our very way of life.
Or warn that choosing another path would lead to certain doom.
I don't really understand your point. You didn't really prove him wrong here. You didn't really prove anything here. What happened? Did your conclusion get cut? Man, I hate it when that happens. I had this bit where I was like,
Choosing another path would lead to certain doom.
there you go again with your wonderful use of tone. With Trump, you made him sound like he was the Emperor from Star Wars. Here you're mocking it like the whole idea is ridiculous. You know what? This is the correct tone for Trump, since the worst thing you can say is that he's full of shit and a bit of a dick. Guess what? Most politicians are full of shit and a bit of a dick. However, with Clinton, her policies and aggressive stance against Russia might have created another war. I don't know if you know this, but we're in massive debt and a potential nuclear holocaust won't help the economy. So I suppose the appropriate tone would be to be a little bit more sinister with Clinton. But that's just me. This is your little video.
His disregard for the values that make our country great is profoundly dangerous.
What she considers to be his disregard for the values that make our country great is exactly the problem many people have with the feminist ideology, which is what she supports. You want a woman president? Fine. Bring one that isn't steeped in political scandal going back 30 years and won't risk a war with a very dangerous country.
That fear can be made worse by what you see on the news every day, especially if you're only reading headlines.
At this point, even the body of most articles are full of manipulative language. Shit, every story is leaning one direction or another. And the headlines are always clickbait. That's why they're headlines.
Reading the straight facts can be anxiety-inducing enough, but you don't have to let fear take over your life.
That's an interesting sentence. You don't really address the problem of people only reading headlines, you just kind of glance over it like, reading is hard, but don't freak out when shit happens when you're not paying attention. And you throw out fact like it's just that easy. Find an article, read it, and boom! You've got the facts. Well, if that were true, fake news wouldn't be a thing.
Fear has been pushing humans to make decisions, both good and bad, for ages.
We get it, MTV. Black people good, white people bad. What the fuck is wrong with you anyway?
When we perceive danger, our bodies release hormones that sharpen our survival functions and shut down necessary systems.
I like how you focus on the organ that has nothing to do with reacting to fear and then slowly pan up to the organ that does deal with fear. You got it backwards, MTV. Brain first, heart rate second.
Our logic is replaced with emotions, favoring short-term solutions.
Yeah, I think you're starting to paint a picture of what our problem is with people like you guys. You see, our side's not interested in short-term solutions, nor are we interested in long-term problems. No one thinks Trump is a solid solution, but he's better than the alternative. Even the people claiming Trump is king would have voted for someone less unpredictable. Also, MTV, I'd avoid talking about psychology. You end up explaining why you never have any good ideas.
Those emotions tend to send us retreating into a cocoon, embracing the familiar, and being afraid of others.
To you, maybe. When that happens to me, I get pissed off. But hey, different strokes for different folks, I guess.
And judging from everyone's behavior since the election ended, this fear isn't about to go away, despite the promises we've heard.
Well, when people refuse to get along for petty reasons, then yeah, it's gonna be hard. Many people are trying, but lo and behold, in comes the media to stoke the fucking fire. And yes, Donald Trump tweets as well, but I still insist we shouldn't take Twitter seriously. That's a stupid idea.
So how do you fight it? Don't stress out about things you can't change or events that might happen. Instead, try doing something useful. Donate to a charity, volunteer, or call your local legislator. Put your energy into positive action. And if you ever start to feel that pit in your stomach while watching the news, ask yourself why. Don't let them win by succumbing to goosebumps without wondering if your brain is getting ahead of common sense.
Okay, for a video chock full of bullshit and occasional propaganda and visual aids, the conclusion here is not a bad sentiment. Some people just need to get out and do something else. Let the global problems be for a little bit. They'll be there when you get back. However, this video addresses no problems, stokes some hard feelings of its own, and attempts to talk down to its audience by treating us like children. Yeah, those visual aids are amazing. I know I'm in no position to be criticizing people's art, but it looks like a child did this. There are only a handful of reasons to do that, and the main reason is when you're talking to children. I really don't think this video was intended for children. So congratulations, MTV News. You're continuing the trend of making half-baked videos that earn you more notoriety than praise. I am an idiot, and this has been an opinion. If it's a reasonable opinion, hit the thumbs up button. Unreasonable opinion, vote down. If you didn't watch it, don't vote at all.